Denis, Omar mentioned you as someone who was also protesting at the time. So, can you please tell us your story and your circumstances and about the neighborhood where you come from and the movement you were part of and what happened actually?
Okay. My name is Denis Solis.
Yes.
I'm 34 years old. I was born and brought up in Old Havana, in the hood San Isidro. So, I came out from a very giant confusion because I was very confused when I used to be a teenager. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the doctrine of the communist regime from my country. What they used to teach us at school. The socialism is very good for our life, for our future. A thing that is not true, because I was seeing the counter of what they used to teach, or they still teaching the children, the new generation. So I was asking myself why, as Cuban, I can travel freely, why, as Cuban, I can have my own business, why as Cuban I can't say down Fidel Castro, down the revolution, because if I do it, I might get into prison. So all of those doubts, I was eventually I was breaking them up, thanks to my couple of uncles. I used to sleep in the middle, and they used to sleep in both sides. So they used to speak about against the communism of Cuba, and so between them, through them, I was breaking all those doubts. So you know, a child, I was imbibing, absorbing all what they used to speak about the communism, but they were a positor in silent. Okay, so eventually I was growing up, and when I fulfilled 23 years old, I started manifesting my ideology, because I was defining.
Yeah, sorry, but San Isidro is one of the poorest neighborhoods in Havana, right?
In Havana, yes, that's my hood.
Yeah, it's one of the poorest ones.
Yes.
Yeah, like the ghetto.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So whenever I used to get up from my bed, I used to get up without having nothing to have breakfast, nothing. My belly empty, my stomach empty. So with my ideology, I used to manifestate my ideology, posting carters in the corners of the street. I was a lone wolf, and I was an lone wolf in secret.
Lone wolf.
Yes. At 3 o'clock a.m., when the people, it's less crowded in the street, I used to paint down Fidel Castro, leave Cuba free.
How would you say that in Spanish?
Abajo Fidel, viva Cuba libre. I used to paint that in the walls, on the walls, with blue paint and sponge. I used to do it. So I remember when people passing around, I used to stop, because I used to do that in dark places, when nobody can see it. So next day, I used to get up very early, and suddenly I bumped into many motorcycles parking of the secret police. They were watching, beholding my carter, and I used to enjoy that, seeing how they suffering. You know.
Yeah.
So that was my way of release my stress, release my hate, because I don't hate my people. I don't hate my flag, my signboards. Okay, I hate the system, because it's our enemy. The maximum enemy is the system against my society.